Hello, Witchfreuds. Welcome to our coven.
We're angels on broomsticks. We're a mother-daughter duo.
And we love the makeup.
I'm Kristen.
And I'm Evangeline. And today we're doing a Witches, Bitches, Martinis, and Makeup, which is basically where you get ready with us and we drink a cocktail of the day.
I have the usual
What?
vodka soda.
Okay, I have some white wine.
That's a mother's drink.
And we kind of have a topic of the day, and yeah, we do our makeup. Topic of the day is broad. It's loose. We're just going to talk about therapy.
Therapy.
That's it. Therapy. Mm-hmm. We're just going to chat about it a little bit. And then, very exciting, we both have the Danessa Myricks.
I'll let you hold yourself.
Lightwork 4 palette, which is a very beautiful multi-chrome palette, slightly intimidating palette.
So we're going to try and work with it, like in therapy. You have to work in therapy.
Yes.
And you may have to work with this.
But it's worth it in the end.
Yes. Don't be afraid. You know what? Don't be afraid to play and get out of your comfort zone, because that's what therapy is about.
And so is makeup therapy.
Yeah.
Makeup is therapy.
Yeah. Makeup is therapy for us.
Definitely.
I'm also in therapy, paying the extra money for it.
Yeah, so we're going to do full face.
Yeah.
Full face.
So. We're going to start, I think I just want to mention, over the summer, we did some videos. And what I find hilarious is the kind of joke video we did was the drugstore makeup.
Yeah.
And then I became obsessed with the drugstore foundation. It's my favorite. It's the Serum Foundation. It's the L'Oreal True Match Nude.
Yeah, and you didn't like it at first.
I think I liked it.
No. I edited that video. You're like, what is this? I don't know.
It's drippy. But what I like to do is my tried and true vanilla NARS soft matte.
Mm-hmm.
I put it on first. And that's the way I intuitively think you should do makeup anyway. Intuitively, I think.
I don't think so.
Well, you don't see it anymore, but in my day, back in the 80s, you used to did concealer. Mm-hmm. It didn't go over your foundation because your foundation is your skin.
Well, what?
I mean, foundation is sort of the first, it implies the first thing.
Yeah. Also, to me anyway, I feel like I'll use way more concealer if I'm concealing all the little reds. Whereas, if I go in with my foundation first, then I might not have to go in with concealer.
That's what, yeah.
It's a personal.
But when you know your face very well and you know your product very well, I still think you should put your foundation on first.
You mean your concealer?
Your concealer, yes.
I think Katie Jane Hughes does that, or just uses concealer.
She doesn't care. She just uses whatever, and she does a quadrant of her face, and then she moves. She's really all over the place. I love her. Yeah. But nobody can do makeup like her. She's lately doing on her Instagram, and you're like, what did you just do? And so quickly, and it's not even sped up.
Yeah, she's very fast.
Which is what you should be.
I'm very red today.
Me too.
I don't know what's happening.
Because it's hot out. So we're in October, the spooky season, and we had a summer-like day.
Yeah, it's gross. Mm-hmm. It's nice when it's October and you can go and have your coffee outside and it's chilly. Today I was like, ugh, go away, sun. I want the moody cold
I'm into
weather.
the plaid too.
Yeah, I can't wear my outfits. You're ruining everything, son. Yeah. Yes. Well, anyway, therapy. Where to start? I brought this up because I was interested in sort of the stigma around therapy a little bit. And, I had my friend over here with you, and we had big discussions about sort of my generation and our approach to mental health and therapy and sort of the different ways we've approached it. And yeah, you just started therapy this year. For the first time.
Because it's grief, because my parents passed, and I wasn't getting past it. I needed to talk, not to you about it because you were bored of me.
Well,
it's fine.
Okay. There's only so much your friends can be your therapist for anybody, right?
Yeah, and then they take it on. It's they see you call, and it's
But how's it going?
It's good. She pointed out a lot of things.
Yeah, you're delving into your past. There's so many different kinds of therapy, too.
Big past thing.
She likes to look at childhood.
Childhood. Tell me about your childhood. But, like, all the relationships you have are based on how you were raised. And she hasn't brought up the attachment style that's so trendy, you know, like...
Oh.
She hasn't brought it up, really.
Anxiously attached.
Yeah.
Avoidantly attached. I forget if there's a normally attached.
Yeah, there's the normally attached one. I forget what it's called.
No.
But if you're an anxious or an avoidant, try to find the normal. Just trick them, because then you'll be okay. Trick those people into loving you.
Well, apparently, like, anxiously attached and avoidantly attached always end up together.
Yeah, they're together and then it's a disaster.
Yeah. I had therapy a little bit when I was, like, about 18 years old. I went for death therapy.
Yeah, because you were freaked out by death.
Well, I still am, but I was going through a really hard time.
She's not freaked out about her loved ones dying.
Oh, my God. Yes,
She was freaked out about herself dying.
Okay, you love this line. She loves to pull it out of her back pocket like a party trick. I think it's normal for everybody to have... It's not the fear of, like... It's just the fear of death in general.
I have that fear, too.
Yeah, come on.
We discussed it with my therapist, and she said, you are not afraid of death. You're afraid of being ill-prepared. That's what she said.
Yeah.
Because she thinks death is very natural and beautiful.
Yeah, but our society doesn't
I don't think so.
raise us this... Well, that's because our society is avoidantly attached to death.
Ooh, that's a good point.
Actually, like, we don't grow up in a death culture in any way, and now I'm navigating away from therapy, but I feel like when you talk about therapy, you talk about a lot of other things. But I think our society has this huge fear of death in itself, and I think we need to honor death more, but that's not something we do, and we don't... If someone says they have even like a connection to their loved one who's passed, or like have seen a ghost or anything, or had a near-death experience, we just like to science it away, and like... We don't honor people's experiences and all that. Whereas, like, my friend who was over when we were chatting, she went to Ghana and experienced, like, how they deal with death. And it's, like, celebratory, and they pose their loved ones.
Oh, no, not... Yeah, we used to do that in the Victorian times.
Oh, yeah!
Like, I don't know about we, but, like...
Yeah. That was more of a thing.
You're dead, and then they prop you in a family photo.
Yeah. Which is weird, maybe a little bit. But, you know, their approach is very different than ours. Where ours is like, you know, scared and it's just all bad.
That's why my favorite person to follow on Instagram and TikTok is hospice nurse Julie. Yeah. She, like, normalizes the death, the actively dying.
Have you seen her videos recently? She shows people dying with consent from the loved ones. But yeah. I mean, that's why I went to therapy, because I was like 17 years old. I was at school and I was looking around. And I was like, how does everyone not know they're going to die? How can they even like live their lives normally knowing they're going to die? Like, I couldn't think about anything else.
I think about that all the time now,
too.
Every day. Like, since my parents died, then I became like a weird person like that. And I guess it's not weird, but it's like, it's debilitating.
Yeah.
It's sad and it's lonely.
Yeah. Well, maybe that's why, if anything, I had a huge fear of death, because it felt like something that seemed so alone. And it, in a way, has to do with, like, being away. It has totally to do with being your loved one. It had to do with the fear of, like, going into this abyss of nothingness alone.
Yeah.
And that's a loss of loved ones and the fear of anybody.
I feel like George Clooney did it.
Did what?
Went off to the abyss alone. In that Moon movie with Sandra
That was fucking terrifying. In Gravity?
Yeah.
I know, that scared me.
Yeah.
I rewatched that recently.
I mean, it's a hot garbage movie.
No, I love that movie.
Well, I mean, the reluctant astronaut. Like, how can you be... When you're going into the space program, you're not like, I'm reluctant to do this.
I love how you remember this movie that well. How many times have you seen it?
Once. But it's like, what?
That's very unlikely.
The reluctant astronaut. No, you have to be a passionate astronaut. They're not going to send you up if you're like that.
It's true.
Sandra Bullock would never have gone up to space reluctantly.
Funnily enough, I had dreams last night that were very much like when she was falling. I was falling from this airplane, out of the airplane, but then a bunch of balloons hovered down and saved.
No one wants to hear about your dreams, though.
No,
I mean,
I have some good ones.
Yeah,
and
but
you just had your witchy poo dream.
I know.
What are you talking about?
But that's the thing. I'm just saying about people in general. They don't want to hear about your dreams.
Not when they're boring, but when they're interesting.
Therapists probably want to hear about your dreams, so that's why you should go to therapy. Because you know how you like to talk about your dreams?
Yeah.
The therapist wants to hear your dreams.
Okay, well, speaking of that, I feel like if I go to therapy again, I want a therapist who's a little bit more spiritual. Like, not religious, but someone who's a little bit more, like, wants to talk to me about death on the way, like, we're talking about it right now. Because when I went to therapy when I was 17, 18, whatever, it was CBT, cognitive behavioral therapy, and it ended up in a weird way, like, bringing out more, like, anxieties I didn't even realize I had, because it was about, like, deconstructing your thought process and, like, why you think certain things and, like, retraining your mind to, like, retraining your brain, which I think can be very useful for certain conditions, but like a sort of existential condition, I didn't find it helpful. I mean, yeah, I'll say that the therapy I went to I didn't find helpful, but not that I think therapy is bad. I think everyone needs therapy. It's just about finding the right therapist, right?
It's so true. I went to a shitty therapist once, and he asked me about the top I was wearing.
Ew. Wait.
And he's like, was jonesing for a smoke.
Oh my God.
Yeah, he's like, I was wearing this top, like back in the day, like when I was hot.
Okay, but when was this? Did you have children?
Yeah, I had
children.
Young? I wasn't very young. I was like in my cougar prime.
40s?
40, maybe 39. Cougar prime.
Okay.
I had this top on. It just had a zipper like a collar, like it made it look like it was a zipper. One. And it's cute. It was just a t-shirt, but it's why are you wearing that top? Fuck. And that's when you had to go to the therapist instead of go on Zoom. Mm-hmm. And he was like, his legs were shaking like he was jonesing for a cigarette. I know that I shouldn't say this, but I don't think I would want to go to a man therapist.
What's wrong with that? I wouldn't want it.
Well,
like a man doctor, no.
Yeah, but
it's not rude.
You can't say that.
Yes, you can.
No.
Women can definitely say that.
Still in 2022?
Yeah, because women are usually safer spaces than men in general. By rule of thumb, almost 95% of the time. Men are gross and weird. I don't imagine wanting... No. It's not weird to say you want a woman doctor if you're a woman. Obviously, you don't want a man doing your
somebody was saying they had a man doctor they really liked.
Yeah, I'm sure it happens sometimes, but... And it doesn't mean if they're a woman they're going to be good just because they're a woman. But anyway, yes, you can say that, I think.
Okay. I'm going to start with my eyeshadow. And then makeup is very therapeutic because it's very contemplative.
Yes.
Am I right? Like, especially in the morning, you get up, what look am I going to do? I'm going to use the Blend Bunny. I think the Surge palette. I have 3 of them here. So I think it'll provide for a nice little base.
I made a grievous error.
What?
I've been doing my eyebrows with eyeshadow lately to make them a little bit more red. And I've been liking the eyeshadow. And I forgot something to actually put it on. Do you have a clean angled brush I could borrow? Maybe? Huh? Yes, perfect. Thank. Oh, good.
I think I'm going to be going blue-green.
Well, you were having a conversation with your friend recently who...
Yes.
And then she was still, like, she's not into therapy.
She's on medication, antidepressants, but not going to therapy.
Yeah.
And is very anti-therapy, in fact.
That's kind of strange to me, to be... I feel like more people might lean towards, like, the opposite, like, be anti-meds and for therapy, but to be super...
But I don't think she's anti-therapy per se, like in general for other people, but maybe just on herself.
There's definitely still a bit of a stigma around it sometimes.
And my entire family needs to go to therapy, but they're not.
Well, therapy needs to be more accessible, that's for sure.
Well, it's on Zooms.
No. Like, accessible, like, money. It's so expensive.
Some of my family can afford it.
Just in general, though, you know. It is good it's on Zoom now, though.
Yeah, the Zoom thing So, like, after having that one horrible therapist where I had to watch his knee shake because he's jonesing for a cigarette.
Yeah.
And his teeth were rotting out of his head. He was so ugly. He was distractingly ugly. He did have a teddy bear I could hold. But, like, I didn't even say anything to him barely. And he was like, do you know the difference between love and sex? No, I don't. Like, are you in your mind? This is how are you treating me like I'm 17? Oh my God. I'm still mad about
Your sister had a bad therapy experience back in the...
Yeah, because she didn't talk.
I know, but I think that a therapist should be doing something to prompt you to talk.
That's
and not
true.
just be sitting there like...
You know, tick, tick, talk.
Exactly.
$100
That
at the time.
That's probably exactly what his goal was, that therapist. She went in this therapy session and literally just sat there and nobody said anything.
Yeah.
And then that was her therapy. Yeah. I think there's a lot of quack therapists.
It seems like an easy thing. Maybe that was in the 70s. Like maybe like, oh, I'll just be a therapist. It's the good doctor. I don't have to cut people up and look at their organs.
I'm going to use the Natasha Denona My Dream palette for my companion. The Danessa Myricks, I have the Lightwork 3 as well. Like, it inherently lends itself to being a companion palette.
And I'm okay with that.
No, I like it.
If you're buying this, you better be sure you have 8 million other palettes.
Yeah.
Am I right? Unlike if you're just one person who likes one thing, this palette's perfect. The Natasha Denona.
Yes.
Am I right? Oh, righty. I'm going to go into I just don't know what to do. Am I supposed to use a glitter glue? No. I'm going to go into the Sixth Sense. We were just talking about that at the dog park today.
The movie?
The Sixth Sense.
I want to see that.
What do you mean?
The movie?
You haven't seen it?
Wait, have I?
Yeah.
No, I haven't seen it.
I see dead people.
No, I haven't.
I don't want a spoiler alert, but...
I used to have this kid who would torture me at the playground at Norway going, I see dead people, I see dead people. Up to me, and he scared me.
Oh.
Yeah.
You haven't seen... I've seen dead people?
No, I've had a long-standing date with a couple of friends to watch this since last year, but we haven't. We will. Soon.
I want to do like one of those ones. So on this palette, these two at the end are water based or whatever, water activated. So I'm gonna like spray a brush, pray to Jesus, and see what comes out. Because I'm gonna kind of do a liner, but not really.
I found I had to mix it a little longer than I thought.
Oh yeah, they said I saw someone do it, and you have to spray it on the actual thing.
Oh, that was a lot.
Well, that's what they did.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, and you make a paste.
It said 3 drops, but whatever.
Well,
I'm sure it's fine.
Whatever. Who cares?
I'm using the shade Trippy in the Danessa. Very classic kind of multi-chrome shade, like a purpley to a greeny kind of thing.
This is very watercolory.
Well, I think if you put a lot of water in, mine got pasty. Ooh.
Well, what?
Because it says just 3 drops of water.
Well, I didn't know what 3 drops of water is. I'm a lady with a spray gun. I got it all over the mirror.
I'm going to go in with the pressed Chrome Flake Paradise, which is...
Ooh! Oh. Yeah, I'm going to do it at the end. I think that'll work.
Ooh, she chonk.
Oh. Yeah, she chonk that. I've done that.
They're sort of weird. It's like they're like wet. Yeah, I don't know.
Ooh, I like this.
This is cool.
Yeah, and therapy isn't a carte blanche for you to do shitty things to other people and say, I'm in therapy. You know who you are. Usually it's a man. Oh, I did go to therapy. So, no.
I don't know any men in my life. Not that I have a ton of men in my life. But men who I know and have known, not a single one has been to therapy.
I do. And they did use it as carte blanche to do shitty things.
Sure they did. I follow this guy on TikTok. I think his name's Jeff something, who's like gives a lot of therapy advice, and I love him. He's so validating and cool and makes you feel normal for like having weird thoughts and stuff like. And he's usually relationship oriented, and he did a TikTok recently that I watched about how often cis het men will get free therapy from partners and from women, and they will sort of slowly evolve and get better with each relationship because they've gotten so much basically free therapy from their relationships with women. And I thought that was really interesting because I could definitely see that being the case. You know.
But are we saying bad things because we're saying men?
No.
This is interesting, though. It's kind of therapy oriented, but like in general, and how I am in my life right now, it's like people I want to hang out with and talk to are generally women, and not necessarily my age. I love all the ages. Mm-hmm. And so, like, I see a man, and I'm kind of like, especially in their 30s, I'm like, that guy will never talk to me. I'm dead to him. I'm basically a ghost. I don't serve his purpose. So it's always surprising when I talk to like one, if at the grocery store or like dog park, and they're nice to me, and I was like, wow. And like just having a conversation, like it's so strange.
Well,
so it gives me hope.
It's definitely a thing that a lot of men talk to women, only women who are a sexual contender.
Yes. So when you've given up that part of your life, it's interesting. Your life becomes very interesting. Yeah, I'm trying to like clean up what I did. I was trying to do a little wingy, but I kind of went crazy. So I'm using my concealer to clean. Yeah, I'm not sure I'm going to go back in those water-based.
The water? Well, I mean, she used it as a liner in a lot, but I don't think that's what I would use it for. I would want to use it more for like swipe on the top lid.
Okay.
I'm not a big liner person in general. They're intimidating for sure. This whole middle section, everything else, easy.
I like that. So the middle sections you have to dig into. And I'm going to dig into that one called Heaven.
Yeah, it's like these pressed chrome flakes.
Yeah, they're the ones that you can buy individually. And they're heavy on the eye. They're there for you to go to, a rave. Do they have raves?
I don't know.
Should we go to one? What do witches do? They go to seances? No.
What?
What do witches have? They go
to a coven meeting?
We'll go to, for your coven meeting. Your next coven meeting.
You go to a rave?
No, you wear this.
Ah, okay, good. Okay. Halloweeny, very fun. Just gonna do a little.
Yeah, I don't like those. Well, it's only my first impression.
The wet things?
And the wet things I don't like. Everything else I love.
Mm-hmm. I think those are more for the liner people.
Yeah.
I think you can use it other ways, but I think that she put that in there for people who gravitate towards liner looks.
Mm-hmm. I don't think I did bad, but I think I would have done better. I don't think these things have shifts.
I think I'm gonna put a bit of gold, like with my finger. I'm gonna look up. Boop, boop, boop. Oh yeah, that's the stuff. That's the stuff. You know when you use a color and it suddenly brings out all the other colors and you're like, look. No.
Yeah.
Look.
If you get a blend bunny thing, get this one. It's the first one. It's a good one. It's really like got all the shades you want.
I think I need to put mascara on.
Yeah, I know. I just put in a little. Anyway, let's get the mascara on.
Let's get the mascara on and finish off the looks. Okay, we're back and ready to finish it off. I'm torn about what kind of lip to do. Maybe I'll just do something super, super neutral.
I'm loving my weird color from Revlon, the matte, the new one, in that weird witchy color.
Oh, yeah. That was from the drugstore haul, wasn't it?
We didn't show it.
I'm doing Makeup Forever Wherever Walnut.
Wow.
Not Endless Cacao. And then the NARS Laguna Lip Balm.
I'm putting the Endless Cacao. Ooh, spooky. Spooky toady.
Spooky, mama. Kiki. Anyway, these are the finished looks. I'm not sure how I feel about my look today.
Let me look.
I'm having one of those, it looks maybe a little dirty today.
Today I feel like, no, it's very disco witchy, you know. I don't know.
Disco Witch, the band name. But I still do love this palette. I've done some fun looks with it, especially the velvet shimmers or whatever she calls them. Any last thoughts about therapy, Mother?
Therapy? Yes, go get it. Go get it.
Who's in therapy? Let us know in the comments down below. Should I go back to therapy?
Do you need therapy?
I think everybody needs therapy. I need to find a witch therapist. Hey, there's another band name for you. Witch
What about your friend Claire?
To be my therapist? No, you can't have someone that close to you be your therapist. That makes no sense.
Well, I used to think my friend Michelle was my therapist.
Yeah.
But then I realized you're supposed to go to somebody not knowing you.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you do get therapy from your friends. You definitely do.
Yeah.
That's why you drink wine and have fun nights together. It is therapy, for sure.
And makeup's therapy.
Makeup is therapy.
Because it's contemplative.
You interact with yourself.
And you look at yourself without judgment.
That's
and then
true.
you correct things by putting on some glitter.
True. Makeup is the best therapy. I bet that's a hashtag. Hashtag makeup therapy. Oh, totally.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Let us know in the comments down below your thoughts. Did any of you also pick up this palette? If you did, let us know what you think about the wet things.
Yeah, the wet things. Yeah, I'll try again.
Yeah.
I need to play with it on the weekend. We're having a long weekend.
Yeah.
Because it's Canadian Thanksgiving. So I'll just play with it then.
Yeah, do some therapy with it.
Yeah.
All right, that's it for today. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And we'll see you next time. Stay witchy, stay bitchy. Have a good week. Bye, witches.
Bye.